Here we are. All right. Going to give it another minute for people to get in here. As you come in, do me a favor, smash that like button. Let's get some other people in here. Let's start talking about what's taking place in the Dapp space, the crypto space. Hey, Cross, how's it going? Sofa King won $100 not too long ago on a Crypto Faces YouTube. I saw that. Cross an hour late. Man, I don't have a solid time yet. I did try to plan to get on earlier, though. Actually, I planned to get on about 2 hours ago, but something came up and I wasn't able to get there, Cross. Couldn't get it done. We are in some amazing times right now. Like, absolutely amazing. Several things I just kind of want to talk about, touch on. My goodness, I'm going to kick it off with Bet Fury, though. I mean, this thing is turning into a beast. I mean, an absolute beast. So I had one concern coming up here with Bet Fury, and that was I didn't know if mining would drop off with this promotion ending. And I had already made up my mind I was going to mine. I've got some more tokens here, and I'm still mining. When I get these divs today, I'm going to mine. I'm just going to... I heard from a couple of whales in another Telegram group. Two guys were talking about, both of them were getting around about 200 USD, 250 USD per day in dividends. And they were like, yeah, every day. They hadn't withdrawn anything. Every day they were just reinvesting and mining. And basically they had some of the same thoughts I have about Bet Fury. And that is that, you know, it's new, that makes it risky, but potentially it's got some potential. I mean, this thing is, I said in one video when it launched, I thought this thing could get to 100,000 TRX div pool. Well, it's already halfway there. I mean, this is just crazy. And it's still mining like crazy. Look, there's $800,000 worth of Tron in here. That crosses over to $1 million. That's just going to be amazing. You know what's amazing about it too is thinking about in the Dapp space, in the crypto space, just thinking about the fact of what we're doing. Like this is all of us being able to, I mean, it's interesting to think that most of the world doesn't even know what Tron TRX, much less a Tron Dapp is. Most people don't even know. But even as early adopters to get this much activity, I don't know, man, it's crazy. And to see it continuing, about 2 days ago, I started withdrawing. About 2 days ago, I thought, you know what, that thing's going to keep going. And I don't know, it's hard to say, not investment advice, do your own thing, but it's going to be interesting. Carl says, once the whales stop mining and the div pool goes stagnant, it's a wrap though. No, it won't be. Nope, it will not be. 100% believe that. Not financial advice, but you could probably take that to the bank. Will it slow down? Sure, it'll slow down. I think it's going to last for a long time though. Yeah, it's not going to keep going forever. It's not going to keep growing forever. The pool will slow down, but dividends will be paying out for a long time. This thing's not going anywhere, I don't believe. A lot of people complain because it's, centralized, et cetera, et cetera. And I've done a couple of videos about Bet Fury, and I agree with that. Like, that's the one thing that I don't like. But unfortunately, the market doesn't care. I mean, literally, people do not care, unfortunately. But nonetheless, Bet Fury's, I don't know, man. It's how will it go? I still think it's going to 100,000, but it might. I mean, look, it may go even further. It may go to 200,000. It may break all sorts of records. Why? Because they're only paying out 7% of the div pool, 7%, which means this payout is extremely stable, extremely. I couldn't imagine. Do you know that they talked about only paying out 3%? Now I don't know how that would have worked if they only paid out 3%. But could you imagine how much more stable? This number would have been half. But could you imagine how much more stable it would have been, how long it would pay? I mean, if they stop mining today, it's going to take them a few days to get all the payouts, if you think about that. Like, that's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm glad to be here because I did not get into like Wink. I've got a position in Wink. I wish I had a bigger position. But like, Wink Div's been up and down. People complain about him. It's because everybody's want to get rich in crypto. Everybody's thinking they're going to get rich overnight. That's why most of us are losing money, because everybody's trying to get rich overnight. I saw a guy earlier talk about, he was earning about 0.5% a day or 0.3% a day. And he's like, that's just too slow. Man, get out of here. Man, if you could earn a guaranteed 0.3% a day, that's 10% a month. I'm just talking hypotheticals here. There's nowhere on the planet outside of crypto where something like that could even be possible. And truthfully, that's not even possible long-term in crypto. But here's the thing. So we'll move over from BetFury. Well, wait a minute. One more thing I want to show you. This right here. Show your gaming success. This is new. Yesterday, it went down for maintenance for about 15 minutes. And then when they came back up, this was up here. They do have oh, man, see, I got to talk about that too. But I got so much to talk about. By the way, do me a favor. Smash those likes if you haven't already. And if you like crypto and you like earning passive crypto income, make sure you hit subscribe to the channel. Okay, so stop it. I want to see this. So right here, show your gaming success. Let's go here. This I like this. This is what I'm going to read this to you, and then I'm going to tell you why I like it. BetFury success promotion: 10,000 TRX plus 100,000 BTT, 100 winners every 10 days. BetFury team is really very pleased when you share your gaming successes on social network. Therefore, we're launching a new promotion. Now, every active user of the BetFury platform can get a great bonus just for the repost on Twitter. How does it work? We update the user interface, add a share button on Twitter with a gift image. Also, you can share your results with the Telegram, but the giveaway is only held among Twitter users. By the way, there's a lot of people always sharing their stuff into the Telegram group. BetFury users can share information about every successful bet, the next withdrawal of dividends, cashback, refer earnings, and of course, about a new rank. We've prepared cool pictures and posts with unique hashtags, hashtag BetFury success, every time you share on this information on Twitter. Now, here's what's interesting. So they tell you how they do it. The little share icon looks like this, and you'd get something like this to give you a chance to share. But you got to include the BetFury hashtag BetFury. But when you do that, and these are the prize amounts are given away: 1,000 TRX, blah blah blah. But when you do it, where's it at? It just said it earlier. The text that you get to post, it automatically includes your referral link. Some of you like, referrals or whatever, then that's where it's at. Referral links. There you go. You can get referrals if that's what you want to do. Just by posting to Twitter and promoting the platform and whatnot. By the way, my referral link is in the description. Just make sure you're abiding by all laws, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's what I like about BetFury. See, BetFury and Tron gets it. One of the most frustrating things, and this is probably because I have a marketing background, but one of the most frustrating things on the planet is how many crypto projects suck at marketing. I mean, there's amazing projects out there that people don't even know about. Like, they literally don't even know about. And BetFury, TronBet, they do a great job getting the word out there. What BetFury is doing there with Twitter, that's phenomenal. I'm certain they'll attract some attention. I'm certain people are going to pay attention to it. And that's just awesome. That's just the fact that they are good at marketing. That's just icing on the cake. And in the Telegram group, their support is crazy. This chick named Jennifer, I think it is, in the Telegram group. Holy smokes! I've just recently been paying attention to Telegram over there for BetFury. They're so good about responding. She's not the only one, but they've got this one chick in there, Jennifer. Like, she responds constantly to people. I mean, that's so freaking awesome. Mula Noni, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's talk about Hypertron. Hypertron is a joke, Mula says. Gandiji, welcome, welcome. So, let me just say this. I got a video coming out probably tomorrow, a recorded video. I've really been working on this video. I thought I was gonna get it out today. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna have time because when I get off here, I got something I need to go do. But I've got a video talking about Hex, Coin, and Richard Hart. And I'm excited to put this video out because I've got some pretty solid kind of opinions about this drama. And if you don't know anything about it, just wait for this video. It is like, unfortunately, really juicy drama. I wasn't going to talk about it because it's so dramatic, but people want to hear about it. And finally, I've seen enough that I've got some opinions that I need to share. So I'm going to get it out there, and it's going to be a longer video, but you can grab some popcorn and watch it. That'll be coming out later. But the reason I mention that is because I cannot stand the drama in crypto. Like you don't have to like everybody's project. You can think somebody's project is scammy unless you know they're outright, intentionally, maliciously hurting people or misleading people or misguiding people on purpose, meaning you're lying to them. Unless you're the type of person that you're outright lying to people. Like I don't even care about the ROI Dapps or whatever. Heck, I mess with some of those. I don't even talk about it because it's my own thing. But the reason I don't talk about it is because people don't get it, basically. But I really don't care what you do as long as people know what they're doing, what they're getting involved with. If people are aware of it, they're adults, they make their own decisions. I don't have any, literally, if you fully understand how something works and you choose to take a risk on it, so be it. It's just like getting in crypto. I mean, holy crap. But people hating on each other over everything. These Dapp casinos are the same thing. Bitcoin for life. These Dapp casinos are the same thing. So the thing about these Dapp casinos, people are like, oh, Tron bet sucks, Wink sucks, Bet Fury's a new thing. Bet Fury sucks. No, it's Wink. Hypertron is garbage. No, Bet Fury's better. Come on. Grow the hell up. Like, seriously. I mean, at the end of the day, we all want crypto to succeed. It doesn't matter whether you think one's better than the other. I mean, have your opinions, but don't bash another man's platform for really no apparent reason. Yes, my opinion on Hypertron is I don't see it going long term, but let me tell you what I like about Hypertron. Outside the fact that the divs are the most amazing on the planet, I literally ROI'd on this thing in day one, and I thought, holy crap, and all I did was mine, and I thought, holy crap. I mean, it's one of those moments where you wish you'd have put 10,000 USD worth of Tron in it. Like, it was just unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. And so there's a lot of comments. I'll go back and look at comments. So, but here's the thing. It's glitchy as all get out. And somebody said that when it was on Ethereum, it was also glitchy. And if that's the case, so be it. And it's glitchy right now. Earlier today, part of the game's wheel was working, mine was working, but Dice wasn't working. Let's see if Dice is working now. By the way, quick service announcement coming up for Hypertron if you've messed with it at all. Something you need to be aware of. Smash that like button. We want people to know about this stuff. Okay, so it's not working right now. Dice on maintenance. We'll be back soon. Blah, blah, blah. Their Telegram is pretty good. They're pretty active in their Telegram. That's a good thing. I'll tell you what I love about it before I get to the service announcement. Every single game is on the blockchain. What people like to complain about Bet Fury, it's centralized, blah, blah, blah. Bet Fury's, some of their outcomes are based, some of their games, one or two of them are based on, the outcomes are based on the blockchain, but the game itself doesn't exist per se on the blockchain. They just look at hashes to determine outcomes. And don't even ask me to explain that much more than that. I just know that the game in and of itself isn't as much focused on the outcome. But Hypertron, every single game is a blockchain-based game. That's awesome. Preferably, I wish Bet Fury could do that. I don't think the technology's there to satisfy the market. And I think that's why Bet Fury is doing what they're doing probably. But I do like the fact every game, and here's the other thing I like for now. Now, does it mean that Hypertron can't figure it out? They can figure it out, but I'll be honest with you. Their dev team seems like some part-time developers. Like, literally, it seems to take so long to get something fixed, where Bet Fury has it fixed in minutes. Dividends. Here's the public service announcement. Freeze your divs. Everybody's divs got unfrozen yesterday. Everybody's. Freeze your dividends. Freeze. I'm going to freeze these two here if I can. Just get them frozen because that's a whopping payout coming. If this payout holds up, I don't know if it will, but if that payout holds up, I'm certain there's other people going to freeze. Hopefully some of you guys freeze if you haven't. Or ladies. Might be a lady here. Freeze your divs. Get them frozen because when they did maintenance on the platform, everybody's divs got unfrozen. I mean, everybody's tokens were unfrozen. So go ahead and freeze your tokens. Now, I'm going to probably keep mining. If this thing's over 6,800 TRX by today, I'm going to mine it some more. Here's what I'm going to use Hypertron for. I'm just going to let it. I'm going to mine it as long as the ROI seems like it's pretty quick. and then I'm just gonna sit and hold. I mean, I still earn small divs off Rocket. There's one out there, 7 Tron, nobody knows about. I make a little bit off that one up, you know. I'm not trying to sell the token ever. I'll just hold it because you don't never know. Double negative. You don't ever know who's going to be able to freaking launch it in this space. Somebody's going to tear it up, and you don't know who that's going to be. And the market leader today isn't necessarily going to be the market leader tomorrow. That's just how it works. I mean, that's just how it works. So I like Hypertron. I can't fault them right now. The divs truthfully keep me playing. This was got me playing right now, and I want to see if they do something. But Bet Fury, that's my current long term. That's my long term right now. By the way, Bitcoin for Life, I saw you in here. I used your referral. I don't know if you're getting any referral rewards for it. The referral program seemed to be jacked up. So, and they even actually said that in Telegram. So hopefully you're getting credit for my play. I don't know if you are or not. You can let me know if you are. And if you know that, you might not know that. But anyway, all right, so let's move along. I'm going to get over to some more Dapps here in a minute, but I got to shout out. Listen, CryptoTab. Here's what's going on with CryptoTab right now. I've got 3 advertising campaigns running right now on CryptoTab. I'm running some tests, but this thing is just killing it. So I made a withdrawal. I talked about this in one of my last live streams. I made a withdrawal. Let me pull it up over here. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. So let's look at this withdrawal. This was big, and it's big if you base it off of percentages. So 20th to 20, this was 10 days apart, 10 days apart, 8 days apart. And then we were how many days were in November? I think 30. 30 days in November. So we did a withdrawal on the 28th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-day withdrawal. 7-day withdrawal. That is nuts. I mean, I'm on track right now for the next withdrawal to be about 7 days if it maintains. And before long, I'll be withdrawing every 5 days. Then eventually I'm going to be withdrawing every day. I mean, then that's basically $7 a day in Bitcoin. Where else can you go and literally earn a stable Bitcoin passive income, passive withdrawal? Where else? CryptoTab's freaking amazing. That's all I can say. It's just amazing. And I was trying to figure out if our hash rate increased. I was trying to figure out if it actually increased our earning rate. Now the hash rate increased because of I think the algorithm. I think it has to do with the Monero's algorithm changing. Because if you don't know, CryptoTab, I read somewhere that they mine up to 5 currencies. I have not been able to find that since, and it was somewhere official, like on one of their websites or something. They mine up to 5 different currencies using your CPU, not your GPU. And then what they ended up doing is they would the one that's the most profitable, that's the one they'll focus on. Well, one of them everybody's pretty much suspected was Monero, and the Monero algorithm just changed. Now I haven't seen them confirm that they mine Monero, but the Monero mining algorithm recently changed, and I think that's why the hash rate has went up. That's my guess. And I'm trying to figure out, did it actually correlate to higher earnings? I think maybe it has, because I'm not seeing my active miners. I didn't see them tweak up. Last time when I went from 10 withdrawal from 10 days to 8 days, I saw my active miners tick up obviously a little bit, about 10% or so. I've not seen that lately. So, and it seems like it's going even faster. So I'm thinking, I mean, look, I did a withdrawal on the 5th. Is that right? The 5th, and we're on the 6th right now. I mean, this thing, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. All right. Gandiji says he doesn't have any sound. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Can any of you hear me? All right. So, with that being said, let me just check my test 1 2, test 1 2. What happened? Test. Oh, it's showing sounds there. All right, I think it's working. Okay. Got it. All right. So good. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it. Sorry about that. You're going to have a delay now. But so that's CryptoTab, doing some advertising. It's on the back burner. I'm still working on putting together this list. In fact, the video, this course on getting referrals for CryptoTab, I'm putting it in for my email newsletter. I'm basically creating it because I really want to see an entire like team of people just crushing it with CryptoTab. I mean, it is, I mean, the most stable earner you're going to have, but partially because it pays out so little. So every time that you have someone using it, if they quit using it, it's not going to be that noticeable. That's what makes it stable. All right, so let's move along. By the way, Crypto Pros is where I'm actually running that's one of the 3 sites I'm using right now to advertise it. Crypto Pros, listen, one thing I want to mention here because it's underrated by miles. This is a login ad that you see right here. The login ads are extremely profitable. You can go here and go straight to members area or to redirect me in a minute. But the thing about login ads is most platforms charge you about $1 per view, 50 cents to $1 per view for a login ad, not per click, per view for a login ad. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing on Crypto Pros. You come to, sorry, where's it at? Once you get logged in, and again, links in the description if you want to use it. I'll tell you in a minute what I would recommend you advertise, but links in the description. But if you come here, you go to, where's it at? Advertise, Platinum Login Ads. So if I did a whole video just on how to use the banner ads. Banner ads are banner and the text ads. The text ads are actually better than the banner ads. They're about $2 and they run for 14 days, and they clearly work. I'll show you right here. They clearly work. You can see my views, you can see my clicks. They do well. Now, here's the thing with the Platinum Login Ads. They're $25 per month starting in the second month. The first month is $50. First month is $50, and then it's $25 a month. But other platforms will charge as much as 50 cents per view. Per view. Well, they're charging $25 per $50 for the first month. This is $25 a month every month after that, and you're getting clicks at cheaper than at about $1 a piece on a login ad. Login ads, if you don't know this in advertising, any platform that offers login ads usually login ads do really, really well. The reason Crypto Pros works really well for advertising anything that has affiliates, especially if there's a multi-tier affiliate program, you want to use Crypto Pros. Crypto-based, not fiat-based. You want to use something crypto-based, something that has affiliates, something that has multi-tier affiliates. Right now I'm advertising CryptoTab, and the crazy thing is, so far, my last time I placed ads, I made it back to the little matrix comp plan, and I just placed ads again, and they were all free the second time because I just used earnings from the little comp plan. I'm not going to cover that now, but I want to point out the platinum ads because I think I'm seeing people use the the bronze ad packs, the banner ads, and the text ads, but they're not getting those platinum ads. Those login ads are just freaking killer. All right, where are we at now? So here we go. We're going to talk about fish and chips. I'm going to do a whole video on IOST. I got to tell you something. You can just go Google IOST interview. Just go check out the interview. The interview for the CEO is awesome. I've seen 1 or 2 so far. I've got 1 or 2 queued up that I still want to watch. This guy, man, he is something else. Like, IOST is, and I'm still researching it, but it's scalable, very scalable. It's cheap. You know, a lot of people say, is Tron going to kill ETH? Is Tron going to kill ETH? Let me just tell you the short-term answer on that. I can tell you the long-term answer too. No, it's not. Tron's not nearly as decentralized as Ethereum. Tron may rule the Dapps space. That's possible. But it currently is ruling the Dapps space, in my personal opinion. But it's not gonna take over Ethereum. Put it that way. And Ethereum's got all sorts of issues, and in a lot of ways, IOST's already solved some of the issues that Ethereum has. I mean, it's decentralized, way more decentralized than Tron, way more decentralized than EOS, cheap to use, cheap, fast, and scalable. I mean, it's interesting. And I got to say something. One of my subscribers reached out to me about becoming an ambassador for Fish and Chips. And I was like, I don't know. Like, okay, I don't know. And I actually got on the phone with him and I said, tell me, what do you like about IOST? And he was going off. And I thought, okay, all right. And then I started looking at Fish and Chips and I started asking him questions. What do you like about it? All this stuff. Now I've done a whole video on Fish and Chips. There's two things that make fish and chips really good. The thing about Fish and Chips that makes it really good, two things. First of all, it's interesting that it's on IOST. That's interesting. And I recommend that you use all of these contracts, the 10% in, 10% out. I don't care if it's Gandiji, for Ethereum. By the way, if you're holding Ethereum, I think it's super smart to hold it in a contract like Gandiji. If you're holding IOST, I would hold it in something like Fish and Chips. And there's a Fish and Chips link in the description. I don't have a Gandiji because I don't have any Ethereum in Gandiji. But let me tell you something. Like, it's a solid platform. So, I mean, I recommend that if you're it's a smart contract. It's been around. Sonny, who currently is a moderator right now in this chat, he kind of sort of runs that platform, heads it up. I recommend that if you're going to if you're going to hold Ethereum long term, if you're going to hold IOST long term, it's worth putting it in one of these contracts. And thankfully, Fish and Chips calls it a virtual deposit contract. I don't know if that comes from my video because I've been very outspoken about it or not, but I'm thankful that they're calling it that because it's better represented as a virtual deposit contract. And it literally, I see there's a lot of chat going on. I'll get to chat comments in a minute. There's a lot of, there's a lot of sense to a virtual deposit contract. Now, Fish and Chips charges 11% in, 11% out, and you can, you can come to their FAQ, which is awesome. They have a great FAQ now. That covers a lot of stuff. You can go through their FAQ. They recently done that. But the two things that make it awesome, sorry, I told you I was going to tell you two things that make Fish and Chips awesome. One thing that makes it awesome is it's the first project. So they have enough, they basically have a node, a survey node, which if you're familiar with how Tron rewards work, if you freeze Tron, that's kind of how the survey node works. Except they have the whole node, so they're basically the equivalent of a super representative for Tron. Except IOST pays out much higher rewards, 12 to 24% in rewards is what they pay out. They use those rewards as a survey node holder to buy back on the platform. And yesterday was the first time they did it. Let me see if I can show it to you. Oh, that was supposed to be recent transactions. It didn't go there. That worked earlier. Let me see if it's down here. Yeah, here it is. So they bought back using 4,630 IOST yesterday into their contract. A portion of those earnings are used just to buy back into the contract. So the idea is the floor of the contract continues to raise, and they call it kind of compounding, if you will. Or how do they call it compounding? But basically, all that happens is they guarantee that the price over time should go. They don't guarantee, but the price over time should go up, should trend upwards because they're always buying in and they're always burning chips. That they call theirs chips. And Fish and Chips are the same thing. The difference is fish, like these fish right here, I can never get rid of them. I have a permanent position basically in this survey node for as long as IOST blockchain exists that's going to be earning dividends. That's kind of interesting if you think about it. And in chips and fish basically earn the same amount. You can go to the FAQ to get all the details. Well, we'll go ahead and do it now just so I didn't want to go through all this, but I know there's a lot of questions about it. Here's one example. Why is this different than other hourglass contracts? By the way, that was my exact question when they asked me about being an ambassador. And here's what they said. Current hourglass contracts or virtual deposit contracts, same thing, are a zero-sum game, which means basically that someone has to buy in last in order for others to earn dividends. With Fish and Chips, we do not require another buyer ever. Since the fish in the current contract exceed 12 million IOST, the survey node is perpetual. It will always earn dividends from block producing and from voting. Since these rewards go automatically back to the contract, dividends will consistently be paid to our fish and chip holders. The floor of the price of chips is always increased if no one was to sell. That's what makes it very, very, very interesting. in my opinion. So that's interesting. Now, with that being said, a lot of people are acting like this was going to be like, you know, a massive pump and dump and they were just going to somehow make a ton on it. It's a slow play. It is a long-term slow play. If you just want to hold IOST, if you think it's going somewhere, hold the fish and chips contract, 100%. And if you convert your chips to fish, then they're stuck there. The reason to convert them to fish is because when they do that buyback, half the buyback they burn, they buy chips and burn them. Half the buyback they buy chips and they redistribute them to all fish holders. So you make a few, it's not a lot, but you make a few chips just by holding the fish. That's the advantage to it. And there's another one, I forget it. Let me tell you one more thing that makes fish and chips super cool. Their dev team gets it. They're smart. Like, I'm reading into Telegram, and the main dev, I can't remember what he goes by in the Telegram. I think his Telegram name is Simplex or something. But the main dev in there, like, the guy gets it. He's smart. He's just not a moron. I watch him talk and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm over here doing fist pumps hearing him. Like, he just gets it. And they freaking develop at a rapid pace, by the way, at a very rapid pace. Guppies is their main platform. Fish and Chips is just a part of that, by the way. You can go to guppies.io or just go to fishandchips.io or click on the Fish and Chips link in the description, whatever you want. But the Telegram dev is a reason same reason that I would tell you that if I was holding ETH right now, I would be sitting in the Gandiji contract, is because the dev / promoter supporter is Sunny. The same reason I would be in Fish and Chips is because the Simplex guy, I don't even know his real name, but he freaking gets it. Bottom line. All right, smash those like buttons. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let me go through. Oh, I know one more thing I was going to talk about. Just to give a quick update on my $200,000 challenge. This is the MazeBot. It's running on freebitcoin.io. I've got a link in the description. You can watch the video on the $200,000 challenge. I've been running this thing for a while. These are all since yesterday. Since I think I did a live stream yesterday, I believe. I think so. I just started it. It's been running, as you can see, every hour on the hour. One more thing. If you're into earning passive Bitcoin, one of the things that I would, so one of the ways that I earn to advertise like CryptoTab, because so far I'm just grinding it out. I haven't put any of my own like Bitcoin. These YouTube videos and then these platforms, not this one, but things like Cointoply, AdBTC is another one I earn on. And I withdraw these and I send them over to like crypto advertising accounts or whatever. Let me just tell you Cointoply. I think there's a link for Cointoply in the description too. I can't remember, but let me tell you what I do here most often. I do roll the faucet. And the main reason I roll the faucet is because I'm always trying to catch that jackpot. That jackpot's higher than that. Hang on. That's the main reason I follow. But I'm going to show you what else I do here in a second. Then I'm going to take some look at your questions and comments. So it's 159,000 coins right now. And I want to hit that jackpot at some point. But it's 159,000 coins. It goes up as high as 400,000 coins. And as you can see, the coins are based on fiat value. But that fiat they always pay out in Bitcoin. The reason that's freaking awesome is because when Bitcoin prices are low, free Bitcoin and Cointoply are two great faucets. Now here's what I really do to earn on this. When I'm not in front of I got to go out for an appointment later, I'll pull up the watch videos, come down here to Hideout. And when I'm here, let me just turn that off. I literally let it just play. You gotta have, it's probably not gonna play because I got the volume off. I'm pretty sure that's the problem. But you gotta have it up. You can't have it, you can't have the volume off, although I turned the volume on my computer down, but you can't have the volume off and you've gotta be on the page. But as long as you're doing that, every little while there's an advertisement that pops up and you get hideout points. Well, these hideout points, as you can see, I got about 3,000 of them. They convert like 5 to 1. When you redeem them, they redeem to Cointoply for like 5 to 1. Well, I'll leave this running. Like when I walk away from my computer, I'll come back. I'll have 2, 3, 4, 500 points. Just for, just if you're trying to grind it out or want to earn some free Bitcoin. But that's Hideout TV. What do I do with that? I withdraw it and I use it to advertise for CryptoTab referrals. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what you guys have going on. Questions. I'm going back up to the top. Welcome everybody. Okay. So the King says Hypertron cost me 4,000 to mine 300 of their tokens. That's got to be rigged. It should cost you about in the beginning it was about 1.6, 1.8 Tron per token. So either you had really bad luck or you were gambling a little bit. I don't know. It's hard to say, Sophie King. I can tell you that my numbers came out to about about 1.5 Tron per token at the time. Bitcoin for life. Can't wait for your Hex vid. Yep. Drunk on Crypto. Gandhiji said Drunk on Crypto is starting in about 5 hours. We'll be discussing Hex tonight. Go join Gandhiji and those guys on Drunk on Crypto. I think the channel is actually called Drunk on Crypto. It's a live stream. I won't be there tonight. I need to jump in there though at some point. Cross says everyone just wants to pump their own bags. That's all. You're absolutely right about that, Cross. But the unfortunate thing about that is it's not very good for newcomers coming into the space. That's ultimately what it's about. I get that everybody wants to pump their own bags. And sometimes I think we just lose sight of the bigger picture, unfortunately. Bitcoin for life. Now the referrals are not working. He's talking about Hypertron. Yep. Mola says you will marry Crypto Tab soon. Listen, I'll be very honest with you. I actually will start. I actually have enormous plans for Crypto Tab. If that team doesn't mess it up, 100%, you guys will log in here one day and there will be several million people up here as active miners. Now, as mining, if you look at it, only a portion stay active. But absolutely, you are correct. 571 active. One day that would be 50,000, 500,000. Big Smoke, welcome. What's good, Crypto Nation? He says. Gandhiji says, smash that like button. Well said, Gandhiji. If you haven't smashed that like button, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash it now. Human from Earth, no sir, I will not be on Drunk on Crypto tonight. Ethereum decentralized. That's an interesting question, actually. Gandhiji said, send me your wallet address. Oh, he's talking about on the IND token. Human from Earth. Hex is a step before automated hourglass model. Anybody can become an exchange now. Anybody can become an exchange now. Anybody can become an exchange now. That's true. That's the thing about decentralized exchanges is watching everybody. It's going to ultimately come down to marketing. I'm going to actually talk about that. Richard Hart, the creator of Hex, has this interesting idea about marketing. And let me just say, if he was correct in his idea, then you would not see, if he was correct, and he's absolutely not, but if he was correct, you wouldn't see 36,000 people using this, have used it. They've got something like 10 million, 11 million people using Crypto Tab. Crypto Tab is proof positive. Richard Hart is not accurate in what he's saying. I'll cover that. I don't use Orange Pi at all. I'll get back to that in a minute. What's your current thoughts on Tucanair? By the way, I do have a full video. I mentioned it earlier in the stream if you missed it. I do have a full video coming tomorrow talking about Richard Hart and Hex and my whole thoughts on that. I mean, I've got some strong opinions kind of on both sides of it. I'll let you hear that tomorrow. What's your thoughts? Cross says, no bribes. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Cross says, what's your thoughts of Tucanair as of current? You know what? I haven't messed with Tucanair a whole lot. Okay, so here's my thoughts on Tucanair. And here's my thoughts on all of the virtual deposit contracts / hourglass contracts, whatever you want to call it. Hourglass is a horrible name for it. But anyway, the virtual deposit contracts. Here is my thoughts on all of them. When I see things like Hypertron, for example, I'm pretty sure Hypertron doesn't have a long, extensive future. Now, long in crypto is relative. The main reason I say that is because of this right here. Power Bank, Tucanair. And I don't know what arrangements are here, but Power Bank and Tucanair. Right there. That's why it's not going to be long. And let me show you one more thing. How it works. So, 70% of the divs get paid out to players. 15% go to bankroll and development. 5% to Toucanaire, 5% to Power Bank. Well, if there's a competitor that comes along, and let's just say they said the exact same thing, but instead of 10% going to Toucanaire, 10% going to Power Bank, 80% go to players. For the vast majority of players, that's better for them. Like, I'm not personally in Toucanaire or Power Bank. So, like, I really don't care about that. The way I see it, that's taking my money. I actually think that's an Achilles heel in the long run. The only time that that's good is at launch, which is why Hypertron, with all of its glitches, has had a very decent launch. It's because of Toucanaire and Power Bank, and it creates attention. But long term, this is a liability long term. And those people that are in Toucanaire, those people in Power Bank, this is almost not even going to be noticeable in the divs you receive. And one of the things that I hear about Toucanaire, so here's my thoughts on Toucanaire. And this probably goes for Bankroll too, by the way. The only one that hasn't done this is, actually Proof of the Weekends 3D hasn't done it, I don't think, and Gundigi.io hasn't done it. So, and that is all these outside partnerships. They're trying to do something to create volatility in the contract. I think the wrong way to do it is trying to create an outside partnership. I don't think it's good for the partnership at all. I don't even think it's a fair partnership. So I think ultimately meaning I think it's just pulling cash flow. If you've ever watched Shark Tank and you hear him say on Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary is great about asking for a royalty. The worst thing you can do in a business when you need cash flow is to give up a royalty. It's horrible. It's the worst thing you can do. And basically in this case, both Power Bank and Toucanaire are taking a royalty directly from the players. The players are the most important people on the platform. You need the players. So I don't love that. Now, Proof of Weekends kind of sort of has done some of that with theirs, but they kind of create their own projects to feed their own projects. And I mean, maybe that's better. And I think Fish and Chips is going to do something like that. Okay, two things about Fish and Chips and Betfury that I forgot. So outside of Betfury's ability to market and promote, they just finished this big dividend thing here. They just finished this up. Right here. It was 29 Tron for like basically most of Cyber Week or whatever. Well, in the chats, in the Telegram, someone's like, what's going to happen? You know, is mining going to die? Blah, blah, blah. And the girl in there that does the like kind of like customer service in Telegram, she said, well, no one can truly predict. Her answer was so good. No one can really predict what's going to happen. But she goes, I know what we have planned for later this month. And I've got a feeling we're not going to have to worry about, you know, people playing. So I thought, wow. So they got another major promotion planned. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be absolutely awesome. Same thing with Fish and Chips. These guys are in Telegram. They're working on something. They're calling it Project X, and it's supposed to be launched like soon. And they're talking about. And when these guys talk about launching something, man, they launch stuff fast. Like there's just so much going on here. These devs, like I think the main dev, I don't even know I think he's in his 20s or something. I'm not sure. But they're killing it. They launch stuff so fast. But, you know, basically, people were talking about, man, I wish we'd have doubled up. Wish we'd have put more in the main Guppies chat. And the developer's like, you know, that's what everybody says after the fact. And he's like, you know, this isn't meant to be hype. I don't mean it to be hype. He goes, I know it's going to come off that way. But with what we've got planned for Project X, because somebody was talking about, you know, is there some way to induce more volatility in the contract, meaning create more, you know, people buying and selling. And he's like, what we got planned is gonna should drastically increase the volatility. So who knows? It's interesting, but who knows? Let's go back over here. So Toucanaire, Bankroll's the same thing, by the way. Bankroll's just creating one VDC on top of another VDC for the most part, and it just kind of trickles down. And I don't know. I'm not saying that anybody's bad. Nothing against those. If you're in Tucanair, nothing against you. Nothing against Trayvon. Nothing against Bank Teller or whatever his name is. I mean, look, people create projects. They're trying to grow projects. I'm just telling you what I see as the Achilles heels of the projects. I'm not currently at this moment in bankroll, but I have absolutely been in bankroll, or at least been in credits. But I personally would not be in like Moon bankroll credits. I'm just not going to be in like everything. I mean, I don't. It's confusing for a brand new person, so I don't see a rush more people doing it. I see what bankroll is mostly doing is giving the current participants something else to do with more Tron to create volume, which is fine. But at the end of the day, it's about bringing more in, ultimately bringing more in. All right. How I Made said, "How's your orange pie?" So I don't. He's talking about the promotion on this. I don't use orange pie at all. I think I've made several videos about that. I think it's a ripoff. Personally, don't use it. Would not use it. I mean, they sent me an email and said basically I would have made $6,000. Blah blah blah. Said 600. But what they don't understand is, well, I'm not a short-term thinker, and clearly they're not either. The reason they're willing to pay you $2 and $3 and $4 per sign-up for North American sign-ups, the reason they're willing to do that is because that they know long-term those sign-ups are worth more than that. They're going to make a profit long-term. I'll keep the profit myself. I don't need you getting the profit. That's my thought on that. And I'm not spending a lot of money running a lot of traffic trying to, pay for my traffic or whatever. I'm literally using my earnings. And that's one of the things that I'm going to teach in even if the way you catch me, and anybody can catch me right now. People look at this, some people think, wow, 500 and something active miners. Like, how do I do that? Spend a little money. That's how you do it. Spend a little money in the right place and have a plan when you spend money. I'm going to cover that. I'm going to cover that in when I finish my entire course that I'm doing for my email subscribers. You can subscribe to my email list down below if you want to make certain that you get that. But there's a strategy to spending money. It's a long-term strategy. It's not spend money this month, get it back this month. It's understanding how you can spend consistently and watch your income grow basically month after month, or your Bitcoin income grow month after month. That's basically that's how you do it. And then you have all those people, eventually you have all of your advertising paying for itself, plus you're earning a profit, and you're going to earn that indefinitely as long as, the developers, the company doesn't do anything stupid, and as long as people keep using the platform, which I think potentially could go on for years and years and years. Big Smoke Crypto says, Tucanair isn't what it was advertised to be. Well, listen, there's hype out there. Check out T-Gold. No, thank you. That's just an ROI Dapp, I think, Anthony. I'm making over 1,000 Tron on it right now. Good job. It just ends, and I'm looking for something longer term, more stable. Why did Matic pump recently? I don't know what that means. From my investment so far, it's around 30,000 TRX. I'm in my pocket, 1K TRX on BetFury, 700 on Hypertron, and over 1K on T-Gold a day. Gotcha. Yeah, that would be awesome if that holds up. But 20 days is a long time in crypto. I got you 60,000. 20 days is better than 60 days. Anthony Marshall says, I haven't seen anyone talk about T-Gold though. Yeah, I think the reason you haven't seen that is because it's so much, it's just an ROI. I saw someone pull it up the other day and I looked at it. It's just a daily ROI. And I think the glory days of those have passed, at least for the standard daily ROIs. I think, but then again, all this stuff happens in cycles. Like all of it, it just cycles around eventually. So, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I think the whole world should be using CryptoTab. Like if you are in crypto and you use the internet and you're not using the internet that's going to earn you free Bitcoin, especially if you believe that Bitcoin is going to go up long term. Like I can't even comprehend why people wouldn't be using it. In fact, let me know down in the comments, why, devil's advocate, why would you not use CryptoTab? I would love to hear that in the comments. There's only one potential, but 99% of internet users could care less. Could absolutely care less. So if you have any questions or comments, put them down below as well. I will tell you this, tomorrow, I'm really excited. I've actually got the note sitting beside me for this video I'm doing about Richard Hart and Hex Coin. I've got full notes on it. I'm going to be, I'm excited to talk about this topic because I think it's going to be a good topic. And overall, I respect Richard for trying to do something in this space. I'll say that, I'm not 100% positive on what he's doing, but I respect him for trying to do something, for sure. But I've watched 2 or 3 videos. I will tell you, for the most part, listen. Stay tuned for my video tomorrow. It's absolute fireworks. I'm going to show you some videos that I found, some interviews that I found that are just literally some of the juiciest, craziest stuff that's ever happened in crypto. Like, in my opinion, it's better than when Roger Ver lost his marbles on a webcam, a Skype interview. If you haven't seen that, that's crazy. But in my opinion, this is even better. So if you want to make certain you see that, you don't want to miss it, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon. Let me see what some of you are saying. I'm going to start investing my TRX into Bitcoin for long-term hold. Anthony, I think that's super smart. I'm actually freezing TRX right now. I freeze a little bit of TRX every single day. And here's basically what happens. Here's what I do. Every time TRX hits my wallet for any reason, I do a withdrawal, I instantly freeze something. I don't care if it's 50 TRX, 100, 150, 200, I freeze something. And it's like a one-way freeze. I have no intentions of unfreezing it. I'm going to just let it start adding up and earning passive TRX, because you make about 4 to 5% a year on that. And I want a big pile of TRX because I don't know what the future is going to hold for it. And now I'm thinking I want a big pile of IOST. So I'm doing the same thing with IOST right now, as far as I'm just on fish and chips. I'm just holding it. And I'm going to keep holding it long term. But at the same time, once I reach my goal is to see if I can get 1 million TRX by the end of next year. Don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try. And then at that point, I'm just going to be using everything in TRX that I earn in TRX to buy Bitcoin long term. And I don't do a lot of switching back and forth between Bitcoin. Like, sometimes I'll take Bitcoin and I'll switch it over for TRX or something like IOST or whatever. But all my passive holdings that I do with Bitcoin, I'm not switching any of those over. Anything I withdraw, I'll put in a whole separate wallet. All right. Travis Stitt says, is Wink still viable? Sure. Why wouldn't it be? There's not a lot of people over there mining it, but there's people playing it right now. And ultimately, the mining is just come and gone. Mining is always going to be fast and furious and then done. And all the divs are going to slow way down. But then you're stuck holding a token that's going to be earning you something every single day. It's going to be earning you something every single day. As long as it's got players, as long as there's a viable business behind it. And arguably, Wink is the most successful gaming Dapp right now. So in the history of Tron Dapps. So I think they got a good shot at being the number 1 leader long term. I wish I had more of it. I don't. I think BetFury has a great shot at being number 2, and I was able to get on BetFury on day 1. And I talked about BetFury way before launch. In fact, I'm not going to name names. It's a super popular Dapp YouTuber that everybody knows about. Literally, I found out about BetFury. I kind of did a little bit of research to find it. And when I found out about it, I did a video about it. And literally 3 hours, 2 hours after I did my video, he put up a video with the exact same title that I had, which I thought was awesome. And I thought, there you go. But here's the thing. I've been a part of BetFury from day 1, and I just think, and obviously I'm biased, but I think it has a great shot at being a long-term player as well, for sure. I just invested in it. It's great. You just invested in Wink or BetFury? Either one of them is probably going to be good long-term. But long-term is like, be satisfied making, 5, 6, 8, 10% a year, 20% a year as a passive. Listen, it's a passive earner as well as holding a token that can potentially go up in value if the businesses succeed. We haven't even come close to mass adoption. I mean, people are pissing away their crypto and all these extremely scammy platforms, like very scammy, like just straight ROI scammy platforms. And here, do what you want to with your crypto. But here's the thing at the end of the day. Stop. I mean, it's like crypto's made up a ton of people in their 20s and 30s. Stop stop being in such a damn hurry. If you just hodl that crypto, if you had all the crypto that you lost with reckless investments and you were just holding it, I mean, if crypto goes to where I think it's going to go, not financial advice, consider my channel satire. I'm a net loser in the crypto space, but I strongly believe in crypto mass adoption. If crypto goes where I think it's going to go, then most all of these tokens in the top 10 are going to, I mean, possibly 10x, possibly 100x. Like, you never know what could happen. So when you consider the fact that, hey, you're making 4, 5, 8, 10, 12% a year, plus you're holding an asset that can potentially, that's why I'm freezing TRX. You make about 4% when you freeze TRX, 3 to 4% a year, 5%, depending on what price and whatnot. It's not the end of the world. Not the price doesn't matter as much, but it's not the, but I'm holding an asset, I'm locking up an asset that A is earning me TRX, plus you're involved with the BTT airdrops, plus you get Wink token because Wink gets airdropped periodically. So you end up holding all these tokens, which are phenomenal. And the truth is, they could all potentially go to the MF and Moon. All right. The key I found is to get into everything, so you have TRX coming for every direction. If one Dapp goes down, then I don't have all my eggs in one basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but I think you also got to try to be safe. Like, you just got to know. Yeah, you just got to know. You just got to be careful. I wouldn't say go into every platform, but here's what I do. I'm done with selling out of platforms. You know, I was in 888. I sold out of 888. Biggest regret, one of the biggest regrets I have in crypto is selling out of 888 because it's continued to go on. I would have ROI'd on that thing several times with it continuing to go on for as long as it has. And why did I sell out? I sold out because I wanted to try to move to something that I thought was better, but I should have just stayed right where I was at. Period. Just stayed right where I was at. All right, let's see what we're doing over here with fish and chips. By the way, I encourage you to look up IOST. IOST is selling, like fish and chips has caused the price of IOST to go up quite a bit, but it was selling at like 0.0045, like that's USD 0.004. Like IOST has a potential. I mean, if it just gets to Tron's price, and it definitely has a potential, in my opinion, to beat Tron. It definitely does have that potential. Again, people want to be haters. No, Tron to the moon. Look, I'm a fan of Tron. I own a lot of Tron. I just told you I want to have 1 million of them. But IOST has a potential to be a big gainer. I'm saying IOST, if that's not clear. So I'm going to hold it right here in this platform in fish and chips. But Bet Fury, I'm going to keep mining it. Today, as soon as I get my divs, I'm going to instantly mine them. Hypertron, I'm going to mine it for a little while longer. If they get it up and going, we'll have to see if they actually can get the freaking platform up and going where you can mine it, or they're going to get it where you got to play. Playing's not bad. It's good that they've attracted players and people are willing to play. That's good. I mean, ultimately, you need players, not miners long term. So that's not a bad thing. All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to step out of here. Go ahead, smash that like button, hit that bell notification icon, subscribe, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss my Richard Hart video coming up tomorrow. Check out the Drunk on Crypto live stream tonight. That might be interesting. I kind of wish I was going to be available to watch that. I'm not going to be available. I'm going to be in my car driving. I might be able to watch it. I might be able to pull it up and watch it. I've just got several errands that I'm going to be doing. And I definitely want to see what they're going to say on Drunk on Crypto, so I need to go check that out. But you don't want to miss my video tomorrow. It's going to be good. It's going to be at least a half-hour video. It might be an hour. I mean, I've got some good content. It's not going to be a live stream. It's going to be recorded, so you're not going to want to miss it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, and thank you so much for being here. I cannot stress the importance enough about being wise with your cryptocurrency. Be wise with your cryptocurrency. Be careful where you put it. Be careful about losing it. Everything is risky. But cryptocurrency, I believe, is going to be the future. No questions asked, no questions asked, no questions asked. You need to stream to cam to stream live. You need a cam to stream live. No, I'm streaming live right now. I don't have a cam. Big Smoke Crypto, have a good weekend, sir. Thank you, thank you. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Be safe out there.